Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy December the 11th, 2023. Guess what, y'all? It's time for your Mindful Minute with Dr. E. And it's the late evening. It's almost 6 o'clock. So the day, is majority of the way over, right? Because many of us will be going to sleep pretty soon. But I had such a day. I had to share, and we can take what I want you to be mindful for into the evening, into your sleep, and definitely into your tomorrow morning. I have been really trying to get back into a routine of having something to say every day. And I have to be honest with you, this morning I was down on myself because I thought to myself, I don't have something to say every day. And that bothers me because there was a time when there was something I wanted to say every day. There were multiple things I wanted to say every day, and or rather, multiple things I was led to say. Let me say that nothing that necessarily that I want to say, but when something strikes me, and there's an opportunity for learning, for us to develop a deeper understanding of something, I always want to share it. And I've been down on myself lately because I haven't been so inspired to do so. And I know that when that happens, and I've shared with you guys before that in those moments, it's really time for me to sit still and to listen and to turn inward and, reestablish that connection. And then I can hear clearly the things that it's meant for me to say. But two things happened to me that I want to share with you. As I was getting ready to leave for work this morning, and I was terribly emotional this morning. I mean, I was just overcome with sad emotions. And I looked up. And let me back up. As I was walking past this tree, because it's littered yellow and red leaves all on the ground. And it's been a beautiful sight to see the tree release the leaves. And of course, it's been equally beautiful to see the leaves spread about the ground. But when I walked to my car, which was parked across from the tree, and I looked up at the tree as I got ready to drive out, I was just struck by the beauty of it. And I felt a great sense of gratitude for having this beautiful tree to look at. And immediately those sad feelings dried up for me because I was struck by, the beauty of this tree and the gratitude that I was feeling about being able to delight in the beauty of this tree. So when I say to you guys that gratitude can't, exist with sadness and depression and anger and all of those things, it's so true. I experienced it today. So I guess one thing I want you to be mindful for is when you're feeling a certain way and you don't want to stay where you are, you want to stay in those feelings, and then lean into gratitude. And it's as easy as picking up your head and seeing something beautiful in front of you and just being grateful that you have been blessed to see that beautiful thing. The second thing that happened to me today, I was leaving a campus and I heard this I'm gonna call it squawking, this squawking, squeaking noise. And I felt like I had heard it earlier in the day. The schools that I visit are all kind of in the same neighborhood, and there's all of these beautiful trees. And I looked up in a tree and there was a squirrel. And I just did not expect it being a squirrel giving off that sound. And there was a bird, and I was like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, if anybody sees me standing outside looking up in this tree talking to this squirrel. But I was like, what are you? Because the squirrel just seemed terribly upset. And it seemed as if it was communicating to something else. Something had bothered this squirrel tremendously. And there was a bird on the limb, and I asked the bird, what's the squirrel talking about? I got no clarity, so I got in my car and I laughed about it because there I was trying to communicate with a squirrel and hoping to myself that somehow I could actually communicate with the squirrel, but I didn't understand what he was saying, and it seemed that he didn't understand what I was saying because he never really looked my way. But I will tell you that taking the time to pay attention to my natural surroundings brought me tremendous joy today. So if you are struggling with choosing joy, if you are feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling frustrated, then I'm going to recommend to you that you take a look at all the beauty around you and think about how grateful we are to live in such a beautiful world. That's what I want you to be mindful for this evening. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to wish you, like I always wish you, a great rest of your day. And you can do that by being kind to yourself, by being kind to others, and by gifting the world those beautiful smiles. Because when you are smiling, you look better, you feel better, and everybody around you feels better too. Take care of yourselves, everyone.